Hello. Isolated capture. Hey, it's me. I'm remembering my keybinds. Actually, you know what? I haven't set up my keybinds. I'm just pressing them manually. It's kind of dumb. Okay, so today we are looking at. Hey, Azir, how are ya? I can't hear myself. We are looking at 3D animations for the third-person controller. I don't know. I think it's probably for the best to do something like that because it just helps with presentation, and it's something people ultimately want in their game that they're making anyway. So like, I should probably show people how to set up an animation tree and an animation player and how they can work together and all that kind of stuff. I don't like working with them, so like that's the only reason I don't want to do it, literally, because I'm too lazy. But we're at the stage now in the project where it's like either do that or just start working on the weapons, because after that it's done, right? So that's where we're at. So here we are. I was helped out by our friend Fresh or NA Games with the camera system, so that's been solved. We were sort of looking at an angled spring arm, but we worked out if we add a sphere shape, it just works. So like, I sort of had this like double spring arm system going where one is facing out to the right hand side of the player, and then the other one is facing back, so that you get that offset overhead, and you sort of get that overhead look, and then when you reach the like a wall, it moves into the center without problems. The issue I was having without a shape is that if you hit the wall, the spring arm would no longer detect it and just push through. But with or actually, you know what? I think in this instance, it would just not go close enough to the center, so you could still clip in. But with the shape, things are working much better. And so we've got that all fixed up. I can show you that now, sort of where we're at with the project. So we've got our state machine. We've also got sprint state as well. So we've got a couple of states here. So now we can get up against a wall and we don't have any issues. And when we switch sides, we don't have any warping because we're not rotating the camera to do that. So everything looks a lot better. We can sprint, we can jump, we can boost. There's a couple of issues with the state machine in terms of the way that sprinting works, because right now when you sprint and run, you come out of sprint and you go back to a slow jump, which is, I don't think, probably very good. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the camera and how that's working. Everything looks really good. So happy days. What happens if you run and then, yeah, that's not good. We'll have to address that. There's a bug there, basically, where you're sprinting and you're adjusting the FOV, both sprint and aim. So we might need a variable to make sure that we can't aim. Make a middle camera view. I actually have a, yes, we can do that. It's pretty easy. So while we're here, why don't we fix that bug before we move into trying to figure out the animation. So that particular bug is essentially just because when we're sprinting, so I'll make a quick little sprinting variable, make it equal false by default. And what we'll do is for the signals on sprinting begin, we will make that sprinting equals true. And on sprinting end, which is what resets the FOV for the sprint, we'll make it false. And for the aim down sights, for enter aiming, we can just say if sprinting, then return. Right? So that should fix that bug. So now we can no longer aim when we're sprinting, right? Which is for the best. Let's get rid of the print on the sprint. And I think it's also on the on-ground. There's a print there. I was just making sure that the replenishing of the print of the sprint meter was working properly, and it is. So we're happy there. Okay, cool. Okay, so middle camera. Can we do it? Should be pretty easy. Let's have a look at the camera. See, the problem is, I guess, we've got to like just think about key bindings and stuff like that. Middle camera is something that it just depends on the kind of game you're making, right? Like, so I was messing around with Mass Effect because it's like a pretty good example of a third-person shooter, and they have the middle camera active when you don't have your weapon drawn. So when you draw your weapon, the camera shoots out to the right. I don't even know if you can switch sides with that particular game, but that's how it works for them. So I was doing it with an Enum, but for the Align camera, I'm literally just swapping the spring arm length, like multiplying it by -1. So if I wanted to do like a set center, then I would need to create a separate function at the end of the day. And that's going to be an issue because of how this works. It's very simple, right? A new position is spring arm, side spring arm dot spring length multiplied by -1, right? So if I made a center one, then that would be 0 and it would never be able to get out. So I'd probably need to create a variable for offset. So we can do that, right? We've got a bunch of export variables. So we've got overhead spring arm. We probably just go make an export. Actually, it doesn't really need to be an export variable, right? We can just go side spring arm length. Make it a float. And basically, what we'll do is on the ready, we'll just store that. So we got spring arm length for starting spring arm length. We've got side spring arm length, and we'll just make it side spring arm dot spring length, right? So now we know what that is, and so for this we can just make that whatever, switch sides. You just flip that each time when we do the set camera align. So for set func set camera center, right? Obviously returns a void. And then we just go align camera 0, because that'll set the spring length to the position set. So that's what that does, right? It doesn't need to be parallel. I don't know why that's there. It's a relic of the past. Because when you're not aiming, you should see the environment so you don't... well, I mean, that's just a personal choice, right? A lot of games, a lot of third-person shooters don't do that. Especially like if you're in combat. I've tested a few out at this point. And for the most part, they've either got like, in fact, aiming normally just zooms you in and then like you just third person most of the time. So what was I running before? Once human, it's just you're offset permanently. As far as I can tell, I didn't play it for very long. But for all of the first 30 minutes, it's offset permanently. Mass Effect, it's offset when you have your weapon active. So no matter what, unless you're like in RPG mode. So if you're on the ship, then it's in the center. And I think for Mass Effect 3, it's just like from the right-hand side permanently. I don't know, I haven't played it in a very long time. And when I did the test, you're basically in combat for the first like hour of gameplay. And I can't be bothered playing through the rest to see. I probably will at some point, but we can do set align camera to 0 and just set up a keybind for that. So we'll just do like center camera. If I was making the game, it would be, I saw there's already Resident Evil 6, so you don't need to see your environment. Oh, well, Resident Evil 6 is a very different kind of game, but yeah. So we could just put like a center camera button for now. I think it is worth including because, you know, people want to make different kinds of games. And so you can just set up the functions and have them be called whenever you want, right? At the end of the day. So listening for input, Let's make it F1 for now, because I just don't. Anyway, we'll just make it something random. So if event dot is action pressed center camera, then you can go set, what was it, set camera center, right? Something like that. And so it's really easy to like center the camera. And now, no, that doesn't work. Okay, hang on a second. Why wouldn't set camera alignment work a second time? Hang on. Doesn't go back. Oh, you know what? This really needs to be this now. We just flip it and then pass it in. Yeah, cool. So you can do it all. Super easy. That's nice. It's a good system now. Like it's come along really well. So should we? I guess that's the beauty of having like a function that just takes any position. It's really simple. So like whatever you really wanted, set camera center to be called in. Like if you want it to be called, probably not in a keybind, but more likely have it be in certain situations. For example, if your player is not in combat, then have it centered. Then by all means, you just call a function called set camera center and align it to 0. Makes sense. Cool. Okay, so Mixamo. I downloaded some already. Basic shooter pack. I don't know where I should put this. I guess I put it in documents. I have a Blender folder actually. I'll just call this Mixamo. Bring this over so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. How do you reg armature to the 3D model in Godot? It's complicated. That's all I'll say. Also, oh yeah, no, I did actually put that up. Okay, cool. Oh no. So you download a pack and it's just like all of this. Okay, that's messy. And it's not even really like that good, I don't think. Like what happens if I import these? I need to get the Mixamo add-on for Blender, right? So that I can import these onto a single mesh. Otherwise I'm gonna have a real bad time. Right? Am I thinking through that correctly? Like, let's see what it looks like. Import FBX. I think I've got that under Blender, Mixamo, basic shooter pack. I mean, this isn't, I need even more than this because I need like regular animations for when you're just walking and running and stuff like that. Oy, this is going to be tedious. What about turn left, toss grenade, walking. Let's just go with that. I mean, things look fine. Oh, it's just the, and it's not in place either. That's super annoying. Okay. We got some work to do. And so essentially what I'm thinking is if I can figure this out, like get this armature rigged up and show people that, that would be pretty valuable. I've done it before. It's just really time consuming. And I'm by no means an expert. This isn't even looping. Ay, ay, ay. I think I have to reload the page. It's probably going to make me sign in again. I don't know what it is with Adobe. Adobe hates me. There's an add-on, right? Like Mixamo Blender add-on. Get out of here. I think I need this. So we'll go with documents. No. Firefox? Yeah, dude. Why not? I was trying to use, like on stream, I'll mostly use Brave just because it's not signed into anything, but because I have to be signed into Adobe for this, I might as well just use Firefox, which is the default, like my default browser. Get back to this. Edit preferences. Add-ons. Install from disk. Blender, Mixamo. Okay. Error. Okay. It doesn't even like it. Legacy user. Has no attribute. Is this like only for like Blender 3 instead of Blender 4? What? What's going on? Goodness, it's GNU. Public license version? That's just the license. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. It didn't work. That's kind of annoying, actually. What are you supposed to do with that? Generate a control rig from the selected Mixamo FBX skeleton. Mixamo. Okay. That's a bit of a fizzer. I guess it seems like it was last updated in 2022, which is a long time ago. So I probably do need to roll back to an older version of Blender, which is not ideal. So maybe this isn't like the best path to be going down. I don't know. We can't animate ourselves. That's out of the question. That'll take way too long. So we got the basic shooter pack. I guess you just stuck with like we don't really need the control rig. I was just hoping for something that would let us import. I thought it would let you import the animations onto the rig, which would be like way easier than having to like do that ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not working still. So we're kind of like, it's a bit of a tricky one. Where is like just the normal stuff? Like I just want combat. If I do that, do I get like the aiming idle, firing idle, strafe? Like this is something that we want, right? And then we have to go in place. And if we're gonna have to download them anytime anyway, like we might as well make it weapon type. Look at this. Like you can make it. Oh, that's cool. I could do both. God damn, they got everything. What about this? Oh, it's just like extra long. And so my idea is essentially like, oh, we can use this and then just like have a node on that bone that will import the weapon, and it sort of just will sit there. It's probably not going to look that great, but like in terms of getting the point across, like I think it will work. But the question is, can we like if we download this with skin, FBX, and then keyframe reduction none, and then we just download it. There's so many to download though. It's actually a lot, which will be pretty annoying. And then like trying to get this onto, as far as I'm aware, like the way that you actually get these all to go on the same rig is like pretty annoying, because you have to like download it, import it into Blender, and then like take the animation and like point it at that, I think. Walk forward, turn, we don't need any of that, we'll just like turn in engine, turn and kick, sprint backwards. Right, like you'd need something like this. Oh my god, bro, just stay there. Yeah, I guess. What is this called? Like walk. This is actually gonna be really tedious. I'm kind of annoyed that I think this is a good idea with skin, without skin. I guess we don't need it for any of the others, technically, but I will download it anyway with skin. Settle in, boys. We're going to be in for a while. So we got strafe. What about forward? Do we have like a forward movement? Rifle aiming, idle. That's your like idle, right? I guess. But I don't want that guy, so I'm going to need to... Oh no, it's still this character. That's cool. Cool. Download with skin. That's fine. Oh, that's interesting. Character arm space? Oh, that's weird. Firing? Yeah, we'll go with that. Fine, we'll take that. What else do we need? Oh, I still don't even have walking. I've got walking backwards. I need walking forwards. Top right. To the Mixamo logo, you can select a character. I think this one's fine. Top right. Oh, you can upload a character, but that's whatever. Reloading while walking. Right. So like if I search jump. Rifle jump. It was probably in that pack, but at least I'll know what I get now. And then see you later. All right. So I need like walk. Just give me walk. Walking backwards. Actually, not walk. Run. Run forward. In place. Yeah, this guy's going fast. That's fine. See, the real way like that I think you would do it is that you would have blends between like the pistol and the rifle pose for the top half, and then like I don't know how you would do that though. I know you can. Let's just see if we can. We'll download a set of animations and see what we can get happening. Does this look exactly the same as run left? Like if you're this way, I guess the legs look different, right? Like the legs are cycling backwards and these ones, the legs would be cycling forwards. Yep. Did I download that? No, I didn't. So we got forwards, backwards, left, right, and I think we got jump as well, right? Got run, right, left, forward, jump, firing rifle, aiming rifle, sprint backwards, strafe. Right. Okay. Let's see what we can do in Blender. This might be a bit annoying. Let's start by deleting that armature file. Let's just grab all of these and drop them in that folder that I created before. Just go new movement. Okay. It's an FBX, right? Let's start with rifle aiming idle. So now we've got this. Fine. So the question is, can we have multiple, right? So if we go to animations, like preparing the animation, it's fine. Like we can probably get through this because there is no rig. It should just be a matter of like setting up the NLA and then like going from there, right? So like say for this one, how many frames is it? Like 96? 94 frames? Not that it matters, right? I'm assuming it loops. Yeah, it's seamless. Okay, so we got the NLA down here. Give me the NLA, non-linear animation. Okay. And then we go here. This is the, I believe it was Dope Sheet, but not Dope Sheet. You want Action Editor and then you push down, right? It's got a horrible name, but like you push it down and that's your first animation. Okay, so we'll just call this one idle. Right? Now this is the tricky bit, like how do we get the next one in and assign it to this particular animation? Let's try to make it run forward. And so we've got two now, armature one. Just drag them off to the side. And this one here, we should be able to, let's just untick that for number one. Did I forget to tick in place? It's working. Maybe. That's idle. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're going to be able to do this working on the single mesh and then just removing them as they come. I wonder if I can just import the animation. So essentially then we just push down, right? And now we've got that here for this armature, not armature 001. And so you can just say like run forward, right? And then if we delete this one, I hate that. You have to right click, delete hierarchy, right? We get to keep the animation. And if we switch back to the timeline, and what is this, like 15 frames, 16 frames long? But can you do all of these with only Godot? No way, man. Not a chance in hell. Godot is so far behind on this kind of stuff. There's like 0%. 0% chance that you could download all of these FPXs and make them like work on a single rig in Godot. There's no retargeting. So like, unless there's like an add-on that I'm not aware of, there's like Godot is not capable of like doing this. You need to use Blender. I could be wrong, but like in like my opinion, there's no chance. Test. We'll just call this test character. Yeah, no, that's all good. Sorry, I got a bit fired up then. I'm mad at Godot. Like, I feel like it's one of the biggest things that's lacking in 3D. Like, there's so many, like, all the other engines are capable of doing this. Like, Unity, Unreal, it's, like, not that hard to get, like, a 3D model and retarget it to whatever you want. It's just, in Godot, it's not possible. And, like, Blender doesn't have the best tools for it either. We're just, like, a little bit kind of shit out of luck when it comes to dealing with this. So we have to do it, like, I guess, a more old school kind of way, which is very tedious. And one of the biggest things, like, fair enough, we have to go through this, like, you know, one time. If we had to go through it one time, it would be fine. But the fact that, like, if you want to add an animation to your guy, if you want to change the model, you'd have to do this again. Like, it's not easy. It's really tedious and frustrating. And it's one of the things where I would say, like, I actually wouldn't want to include this in a tutorial. But also, like, it's what people are looking for. So, like, maybe you should show them how it can be done. And you never know, like, maybe someone will point out what's better. Oh, look at the foot on this dude. He's got some tall arches. Anyway. Okay, so that's the test. I just want to close it to see what happens if I open it up again and see if that animation is still there. I don't think this is so much of an issue in Blender 4. This is like something that used to be an issue back in like Blender 2 days, 1.8. Like really old school Blender, you would just close it and then like all the stuff that you've been working on would just disappear, but it looks like this is working fine. Cool, so we can import those animations and just like set them up to be, because they are the same rig. This is not something that's easily possible with other things, essentially. So firing rifle, we've already got that one, so we'll just bring that one in. Slide her off to the left of camera, I guess. And then we got to go back to the type sheet and essentially select this one. And then the issue is like they're not like at all labeled, which is super annoying. Now it's not working at all. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. We got it. We found it. I think I had the wrong thing selected. And then we push down. This is like the weakest firing animation I've ever seen. Fire rifle. And then this one, we can delete hierarchy. You know what? The animation isn't playing all the way through. It doesn't matter. It's pretty weak still. It is what it is. Okay, let's try to get through this so I can bring this into Godot and see how it behaves and how I can make it interact with the state machine. Which means, I guess I want to get, I've got, what have I got? Run forward. I want to run left, run right, and sprint backwards. I hate this. There it is. Push down. Which one's this? Run left? Yes, I suppose. Okay. And then we delete hierarchy. And so on and so forth. There's probably a faster way to do this. Like I said, I'm no expert. Not that one. They're like going the wrong way, right? I guess this is the next one? Yeah. All right. Delete hierarchy. Okay. Let's do one more for the movement. We got forward, backwards. We just need backwards, and I guess we'll need a jump animation. Let's just do it all. Yep. Cool. Great. Looks great. Just gotta remember to unselect that. Great. Backwards. Delete hierarchy. Okay, great. Okay, and then we just need jump, which I'm pretty sure is like a real dog shit animation, but whatever. Rifle jump. I guess it is just like not, because it's not actually going up. He just sort of lifts his leg up, which is, to be honest, like more realistic. They're in sync. And then we push down and we'll just call it jump. And then we'll delete the hierarchy. Okay, so that gives us all... I was thinking about what you said about 3D stuff, and I think it's hard to do these things, but at least it's fun. I mean, it's always good the first time. The thing is, I've been through this a few times, and it's just like, if you don't know, I think that's the big thing, like not knowing how like tedious it can be, it can be really off-putting for like someone that's never worked with Godot to like spend a lot of time working on their animations and then trying to get them to work in Godot, or even like trying to import them into Godot and not knowing how to do that. It can be really hard. And what's the beta surfer? I don't actually know what that is, but we'll leave it there. So we've got all these actions. We can tick them all, I guess. The NLA is the secret sauce to like making this work with Godot. We probably could just export it, to be honest. There is, however, a add-on that I like to use, which I don't think I've installed yet, because this is a pretty new install. GameRig Tools is like the GOAT. It's free, right? Yeah, Todor, CG Drive. He's helped me out a few times. Pay what you can afford. How about Zero? So he's a really good, he's actually, like, if you wanted to learn like how to do stuff with Blender and Godot, he is like 100% the person you should be watching, so on YouTube. So I guess like I should shout him out. Let's go. Actually, I think it's CG Dive, right? CG Dive. Blender rigging tutorials. This guy is like the best. 100%. Best person to watch when it comes to like learning how to do this stuff for Godot. It's the guy that taught me. Anyway. I'll go back. Apply. Get. Add tip. 0. Email address. Sorry, guys. I really don't want to. No, I can't open my email address on stream. That's not going to work. Oh, so annoying. Surely that you can download this without putting your email address in. Add-ons? Yeah, well, I mean, don't dox me, guys. I think it... I'll just do it anyway. Okay, it's going to let me download without having to open up my emails. Awesome. We're good to go, boys. Documents, Blender. Have I tried building animation library in Godot? I haven't. You know what? That's new in Godot 4, right? So like, I guess I'm basing a lot of my biases in how this works. So I guess I'm about to find out, right? I haven't touched it since Godot 3 because too hard basket. But I guess we can find out. So, preferences, install from disk, go up one, game rig tools, core module. Why is nothing working today? Absolutely nothing is working. All right, we're just going to YOLO it. This will work technically. I don't think we're going to have too many issues, but like it could be better. You know what I'm saying? Like generally speaking, you should remove some stuff. You can prepare the rig in a more. We're just testing, basically. It's not what I would do for a tutorial. Okay, where do I put this? Godot. Where is this saved? Is it under Git repos? Enemy AI, FPS, FPS Pro, farm animals. Jeez. Test projects, tutorials, state machine. There it is. Awesome. Player, and then we'll create a folder called model. And just export there. We just YOLO it. All right, and then we're back in here and it's going to blip, blip, blip. So, let's see how it looks. It's big. I don't think that... That's just like regular size, right? Like the scaling's fine, right? Or am I crazy? Let's bring in a mesh. I just have to see, like, it's always to do like a scale test. You bring in a cube and just see how it looks because these are 2 meters tall. So she's tall, but like not like in any kind of way that would be considered like out of scale. Like she's probably twice the height that she needs to be, but we can scale her down. Like that's okay. Like that's a lot, but it's not like I've seen some FBXs go crazy with it. So I guess we just make this the scene root, right? And then just delete all this other stuff. That one still came through. Like, what the heck? I mean, things look okay. They're all not set up as looping, so we'll just like, can't change loop mode. animation embedded in other scene. Because this is the other thing that like really freaking annoys me. So you can go with the import and you can import a scene. And so what we try to do is essentially, I think we import the animation and we save it, right? Like there's a setting for that. Animation library, keep file, exported as is, not exported. There's a button you can press to like actually save the animations so that you can make changes to them. And import path. Create folder. Can we do that? Create new folder animations. I've seen it before. It goes crazy. Like saves a bunch of animations. Advanced. Oh yeah, import as res, right? That's what it does. Meshes, materials. Okay, I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Animation player, impression, skip import enabled. Save to file. Oh my god, yeah, here it is. Here we go. Player, animation, model, animations. Save. This is like, I don't know, delete. Actually don't want that one. That's the one I don't want. So if you do this, I'm pretty sure it makes editing the file, editing the Blender animations actually not that bad, because as long as they're named the same thing, it'll just override it and you won't have to like re-link it in your like rig, which makes things like a lot better. Keep custom track, save to file. I don't know if I need that. Let's just, there's no documentation. Save to file, path. I don't know. Keep custom track. Not too sure. Reset, don't really need it. Model, animations. This is going to be super annoying. Fire, rifle. Save to file. Player, model, animations. Jump. Save to file. I wonder if there's an easier way to do this. Run backwards. Not on that, okay. Run forwards. Player, model, animations. Run forward. Player, model, animations. Run left. And finally, player, model, animations. I probably could have just clicked there this entire time. Run right. All right. And it's just a gigantic foot. Re-import. So now we've got all of the animations here. Theoretically, can't change leaps. Oh, an animation embedded in another scene. What does that even mean? Why won't you let me? Play out model. Test character? Yeah, that's fine. Man, surely... Do I need to reload the scene? I haven't come across that. Oh, there it is. Now it's working. Excellent. Idle. It loops. Fire rifle probably doesn't. Jump probably doesn't. Run backwards. All the movement ones will loop. Run forward, run left, run right. Okay, I guess like the scale needs to come down. So you've got like your skeleton, and then you get better joints, better surface. Yeah. What is that? Oh, it's like the two different meshes. Interesting. I mean, it looks pretty clean, to be honest, right? Like, that's not bad. All right. So, and then in the player, what we can do is essentially bring that test scene in. Hello? Oh, it's like really not happy. What happened? Oh, it moved it. My computer is cooking right now. What's going on? Okay. So all things considered equal, actually the same height. So that's fine. Happy days. Facing the wrong way, I would say. Let's just hide that mesh. Transform. Let's go 0, 0. And I suppose this needs to be -1 if it's 2. If she's 2. I think that's right. Right, her foot. She's in the jump. So let's just editable children and just put her in the idle state for now. Yeah, that's probably fine, right? Now the trick is to just make sure that she doesn't ever leave. We change the view to a single viewport. Our character doesn't leave the box, you know? And we need to rotate 180, right? About there. Let's have a look at their run forward. I like how there's like a little jitter. Not quite looping, but that works, right? Run left. The feet leave a little bit, but that's fine. And then run right. It's all good. Okay. Cool. So we got like something. Obviously, it's not like ideal. You'd probably want a different set of. You'd want more animations. Basically, there's more stuff going on in here that you would need. But for the most part, like if I just run this. Okay, weird. Character failed to load resource player animations. Make sure the resources have been imported by opening the project in the editor at least once. They have. Scene resources method return error. Excuse me. It's really not happy. Okay. It won't save. Oh, because this is test character? Delete. It's happy now. Okay. Whatever, man. All right. Let's just bring it back a little bit. And then I have to rotate 180, didn't I? To repeat the steps. The other way around. It's giving me like couldn't save scene because dependencies or instances inherits. Like what the fuck, bro? What is going on? But okay, we're here. We're here. There's no animations, but we're here. You know what I'm saying? Character might be a bit small actually, which is pretty funny. Whatever. We'll move the camera. We won't make the character bigger. Okay, so I guess the question is now, we've got like a set of animations. How do we like communicate that information from the state machine to the to all of this? So I've got like a movement stats resource that I think we could leverage to get access to the animation player pretty easily. And I guess we probably want an animation tree player as well. But I make that local. I really didn't mean to do that. It is what it is. Let's redo it. Meant to make it editable. Edible. I remember the steps from last time. Okay. And I guess with the camera, the spring arm length doesn't need to be like 1. It could be like 0.5 really. And this really can just be a little more like 1, right? It's probably a bit too extreme. That feels pretty good. Probably still too extreme, but it's too tall. Is it too tall? That's the issue, right? Because this character's actually shorter. Not make local editable. Right. Yeah. Like the character's actually like shorter than the pill shape. So I guess I will make this a bit smaller. Not by much. 1.7 is pretty reasonable height. And then with the camera is 0.8 on the Y, but we'll bring it down a bit. Yeah. That seems okay. It's getting hot in my office, guys. I'll tell you that much. We are cooking and it's August, so I'm in for like a really painful summer. For our southern hemisphere boys, summer is in December. I guess, no, I should say for our northern hemisphere boys, summer is in December for me. Okay, so we need to get access to that animation player. We need to set up an animation tree. We have to do it in this scene. Animation tree. Why do we have 2? We really only need 1. Okay, so it's going to be a new animation. Tree root is probably a state machine, right? And then we will add a blend space 2D, I would say. And this will be our run blend. I'll just call it run. And I guess we will map it all to... I forget how to do this. It's been such a long time. Add animation. Oh, it doesn't have a... I need to set the animation player. Easy. No triangles exist, so a blend can't take place. So we've got run forwards, and then we'll add an animation. I guess we'll make this run right. Run backwards, and run left. Okay. We need to turn it on so that we can actually see. Oh yeah, we need to go with this. Yoop. And then we've got the blend, so we can... And as you can see, looks really good. Like, blend spaces. Who would have thought? Okay. The music just get louder, eh? Alright, we just add... Jump doesn't really need to be a blend, because it is just an animation on its own. And do I have anything else? There's shooting, right? What could it look like? Because if you're firing, you could add another blend. You could maybe a blend tree for shooting. I mean, it might just be like a blend tree for like movement, to be honest. I'm trying to think, like, because we want to be able to fire as we're moving, right? So that there'd be like an animation for that. Like, I just want to see. So if we set this up here. So it's like nothing. There's nothing because... And there's also like idle, right? Can you add an animation at the center of this? Double Yeeps, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. You are good at what you do, as always. Well, we'll see. We're not done yet, guys. We're not done yet. So here's the fire rifle as an output, right? And then what happens if I bring in the animation for, say, run forward, for example, and then I add a blend, blend 2, stick that in between the two. Oh, you know what this needs though? Love that, it doesn't like, it's either one or the other, right? I need to add. My bro. Oh my goodness. Not quite what I was looking for. But we've got filters. So we can essentially just like look for the hips. We basically want to just ignore the shoulders and arms, right? Oh man, it's such a big freaking skeleton. See you later, Carminda. Welcome and goodbye at the same time. Have fun. So are we filtering through these, or are we... I guess that's what I'm going to do. So we just leave the arms and shoulders out. So we've got the legs. Well, let's just do that for now and see what happens. Well, kinda, but still not really. I don't think this is... I think I'm barking up the wrong tree, eh? Dude, she looks so good. It looks so goofy right now. And then like slowly but surely the arms get like more messed up because like we're bringing in more stuff. Yeah, I don't think this is the ticket. This ain't there yet, man. There's blending between the two. We obviously don't want hands. Why would we want that? Right, so that would be like technically it, but like the way they're looking right now is like... Okay. Scrap that. I might have to like do some research on how the how it could all work. So the advance on these is also like, we don't want to auto advance. That's not what we want here. We want to be able to, we want to tell it when to advance. And this needs to go to either of those. Right. State machine. So funny. Let's disable that. These all are auto advance. It's so annoying. Why would that be the default? Switch mode immediate. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we got the movement. It's the firing that's kind of a problem. How can I get the two to work together? Because like you would typically expect the character to be able to move and shoot at the same time. I could use IK. I think I could use IK. That would be the probable way to go about doing it. Right? Like, this is about the only one that you want auto. So at the very least, it starts in idle mode, right? This is probably going to be more difficult than I want it to be. I guess it just depends on like how much like effort I want to go to at the end of the day. Okay. So I guess we've got the basics. Let's just focus on that. We can't even shoot yet, so there's no point in trying to blend that in. Like it's just not even in the, it's not in the game yet. So we have the model, we want the states. Write the next animation as a condition. Yeah, we'll control that. That's actually probably the least of my concerns. Like advancing between them, that's going to be easy. I think. It's been a while since I've worked with them. At export var animation tree, I guess. We'll go with tree. And I guess it's an animation tree player. Error node is only supported in node derived class, but the current class inherits resource. That's a node? I thought it was a resource. Oh my god. So annoying. I was really hoping I could do that, but then it's not going to work. That's okay. We'll just stick it directly in the state machine. Resources letting me down again. Animation tree. Oh well. So we've got our movement stats, and then we can just assign the animation tree. Now, I guess the issue is, like, we're going to be setting this up as, like, what to do when we enter into different states. So we're going to need to get a reference to it. So the problem is with the state machine is like, if I make it a variable of this state, then I will need to like get a copy of it for every single state, right? But if I make it a property of the state machine, which controls like switching between them, I can pass that information on, even though I want the state to handle it. So I can make a static variable within my states for motion, static variable load animation tree, animation tree, which is also going to be an animation tree. And that will be set on the ready. So we'll come to the movement here and then just go ready. And we'll set the, let me just see what's in the state machine already. So what's happening in the red? So we sort of already go through and we make a state map, but I'm pretty sure this happens after. So this is the parent state, the parent class, I should say. This all happens after, so I'm probably going to need to do a for loop myself. And just for every single one of these, because they all do inherit motion, I can set that variable. So I can go for C in get children, right? For child and get children, I think is the right way to write it. And then I can go child dot animation tree equals animation tree below. Make sure it doesn't crash. It does. Non-existent function called update. The reason for that is because I need to, after I've done that, go return, so that the rest of the ready function gets called, return super.ready. That's all good, man. Ready. And then pass in nothing because it returns void. Okay, cool. Now that should still work. Yes, it does. And then just to make sure that that did actually get passed on. Constants, path. It's not an exposed variable, right? No. Never mind. Okay, whatever. What's the progress? We're getting there. We're just going to set up the mapping essentially to each state and when to travel to each so essentially what we are going to want to do when we're calculating the direction, we need to be updating if we go to the animation tree on the run here, we do want to be setting the whatever this is. I actually don't know what it's called. We go to parameters, run, blend position, right? So parameters, run, blend position. Getting to this stuff is super annoying, by the way. Copy property path. And so we want to go in the set direction. Sorry, this is a bit of a mess to look at. So in the set direction, we want to write something like, I'll do some safety so I can go if animation tree, make sure it exists. We need to get the parameter. So animation tree dot get parameter, right? Come on, don't leave me out like that. Surely. Get tree root, the root animation node. Yeah, that's fine. No, there's parameters, right? Animation mixer, is it up one? What's the function called? Animation tree, yeah, I know they suck, right? Yeah, there is parameters.playback, right? Like that's an actual property. I'm not like tripping out here. I've done this before. Base class for the animation player and the animation tree. Speed scale. Here we go. Blend time, get playback, get root, get cue, is playing, pause, play backwards. Seek, set blend time. Animation. Yeah. Wait, what's the property? This is animation player. A node for animation player, animation player, animation player. Using animation tree. Give me the documentation because I feel like something's missing here. This is outdated. No, okay, it's not outdated. It's this. Like set parameters, time seek request. This is what I wanted. I don't know. I guess it's just set. Okay. All right. Okay. We can work with that. I thought it was going to be like set parameter, but that's okay. You can just get them like this, right? Alternative syntax. We can just put it in an array. Okay. Is that right? Seek request? I think it's okay for blending. See, this is what I'm trying to do. Keep in mind that rotation 3D tracks the property blend to animation 2. We'll have to look at that. Root motion. So he's got two blends for running and gun. And look at this. Lovely. Okay. Blend them out. Alright, so I think this is the right syntax. And we just set that equal to the direction, right? Assuming I've mapped it correctly, I actually don't know if I have. I could be wrong. All right, and then essentially what we want to do is in the run function, we want to call on enter. So there's a function for the states called enter. That's okay. You haven't missed much, just me fluffing around with the blend, the animation tree. Animation mixes are like a pain in the ass. Okay, enter void. And we want to go animation tree dot actually transition. And the syntax for this sucks. I actually hate it. Transition request? State 2? Okay, is that how we do it? Parameters transition request? Rightio. I would not have expected that. Animation, idle, play mode. Marvel or DC? I suppose, you know what? Like, I would say that superhero movies are kind of like kind of pretty average. I would say DC just because of Batman. Like Batman's so much better than like all the other like superhero stuff. It's just more like, I don't want to say realistic, but it's like he's not like just some like alien, or it's not too sci-fi, maybe is probably the right way to go about it. I remember like when they first started coming out with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I watched like Iron Man 1 and 2 and maybe the first Avengers movie, and then I just like checked out. I did not watch any of it. And then once there was the Infinity War hype, like people just were non-stop talking about it in like 2019 or whenever it came out, I went like, all right, I'll go back and watch all the Marvel shit. And it's good. It kept me engaged. Like I enjoyed the movies. I'd say that much. Like it's fine. They're good little like comedy action flicks. I guess I'd just say like I'm not super into the superhero stuff as much as I was like when I was younger. Maybe I think that's just everyone. Like everyone says they have fatigue on that kind of stuff, don't they? Parameters. Oh man, I really don't know what to do here. Well, I kind of know what to do, but like I'm not like super. Parameters transition request connected to state 2 port. One shot request equals one shot request. This is like a one shot. Batman had the money to save Gotham, but he did something other than that. That's a really good point. Like he is like ultra rich dude and he just goes around beating up poor people. At the end of the day, it is like what every capitalist wants to see, when like the solution to like that kind of societal issue is not a superhero that goes around like a multi-billionaire going around beating up on people that are just at a disadvantage, which is crazy actually, like to think about, because he like was born into money. He didn't do anything to get it. His parents were just like ultra rich and he's just going around like beating the shit out of people who are like in such a disadvantaged position. It's actually like the most poetic capitalist story ever when you think about it. So like in conclusion, the Joker is the hero and Batman is the villain. But we already knew that. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is like, oh, it's talking about all the different things. State machine, right? So it's going to give me some syntax for that. Better blending. That. Travel. Okay, so it says more on this later. So I need to get access to the state machine and then like call a function called travel. That's starting to ring a bell. It's been such a long time. So I guess I need to get access to that. So I just go like animation. Well, yeah, because tree root, parameters, playback. What? Oh, how do I get there? I've done it back in Godot 3. I don't think I've used the animation tree. Not parameters. What is it? Parameters, state machine. Like, how do I get to this? And then I can call that function. Type animation playback. Is that this? Path route? Animation, node animation? I don't know. Honestly. What if I got to the root? I need to read more. It's too hard. For better blending. State machine, here we go. Ah, parameters / playback. And then I can just go travel. I can set the state. Awesome. Okay. I'm just going to pull that off to the side. I was very close. Playback.travel. What are we in? Run. So I guess we just go to the it's capital run. Okay. And then I've got nothing for sprint. For jump, we enter to the jump state, which is lowercase j. I'm all over the shop with that. Let's fix that up. Make that uppercase j. At least it's consistent. Jump. And then for idle, realistically, we can go back to run and take this. And then just change that to idle. And for sprint, I guess I do the same thing, right? Like it's just going to be the same as run. All right, moment of truth. So I would say that the blends are flipped. But it works. Kinda. Oh my goodness. We're getting there. Bring back the animation tree and go back to the run. I guess, like I'll just drag these around, whatever. Probably gonna get real messy. Star Wars Outlaws? Is it looks like that? I don't know. I haven't played that game. I think you're supposed to drag these like greater than as well. Like I remember being that something that people recommend to like push these further out than. It's 0. How does that look? It looks horrible. He's running the wrong way. I think that's what it is. Like they're around the wrong way. How do I zoom out? This way. Alrighty. Let's flip these, and I think we'll be getting a little bit closer. Honestly, it still looks like it's flipped. And these don't blend at all properly. I think I need to look at what I'm actually doing here. So rather than just like try to make things work, let's go to direction. Set direction is the function. And I probably need to pass in input. Number one. More consistent, that's for sure. And still, it's flipped, but it's like more like actually. Oh my God, I had it. Watch me like have to do this like 2 more times because I'm too lazy to just like actually check. It is around the wrong way, for sure. But like actually around the wrong way this time. Okay, we're in business, boys. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. Like, obviously, there's some issues when it comes to the diagonal movement. I'm probably going to need to do, like, more deeper research on, like, animations and blending. But, like, realistically, you know, there's no animation for fall and there's no animation for boost. But, like, you know, it's a lot more than what we had prior to this. You know what I'm saying? The other thing that we probably want to do is like some kind of IK for the aiming. The player just turns on the mouse, so we don't have anything for that. The feet don't move. This just looks overall like pretty messy. So, but like, you know, not bad for a first pass. So it's 100% doable. I would say like, yeah, I could probably include this. It just depends on what level I want to go to in terms of like showing people how this works. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, look at the way it looks when it's doing that. It's all right. Rather than graphical stuff, Sculpt3D, because those are easy to learn. You think? I don't think so. You say that, which is pretty funny, but the first thing I did in 2018 when I started down this like hobby, started doing this, is I learned how to use Blender. I took a course on Blender. It was the very first thing I did. I always wanted to do 3D art, but I ended up I ended up realizing that it wasn't really something that I was good at, and I didn't really enjoy it. Because it took a lot of time and I was never happy with the results. But with like programming, you can sort of just like, the feedback's a lot quicker. So you make a little bit of code and then things are going. And so in 2 hours, you can have something that looks a lot better than it is currently. You know, like the progress feels faster to me. But like at the end of the day, everyone's a little bit different. So for me, it was just what felt better. It's the same thing, yeah. We are making progress on this. The funny thing is like, okay, so sprint, the animation doesn't change, but the FOV does. So I think it actually like makes you think that it's going faster. There's also like weird clipping when we go back to run. Probably because we were requesting a travel. That's a bit strange. Honestly, it's like good enough. It's not like Lucky's though. Lucky's looks so good. What did he do? Was it just like blending? Probably just more blending. He's just better than me at the end of the day. That's all there is to it. Okay, so what was I going to say? I think what I want to do is move on to the weapon, like the weapon side of things. It's really going to be very similar to my weapon manager for my first person shooter. Obviously it's going to be like updated for like a more, like it be more refined, and obviously it'll need a few different things to work with the 3D perspective. But that's like next steps, I would say. Like we could probably do that in another week, and then we can maybe look to start, like I want to have it done before I start recording, because last time I didn't have it done before I started working on it, and it kind of like became a bit of an issue down the line. So like if I have a finished product, then it's going to be just easier to record for, because I know exactly what the outcome is and all the things I decided to change down the track. So like, yeah, I think the weapon's got to be next. And we'll go from there. Sound like a plan? I think it's a pretty good plan. What does that look like here? The one thing I was thinking about is like a state machine, because originally this whole idea for this was to make it like a state machine series. A weapon could be a state machine. It kind of is. In the other one, I used the animation player a lot to determine what to do. The difference is for this one is we're not going to have that luxury because something else is controlling the animation player. So like we're not going to be able to use the animation player to know what should be happening on screen. In fact, it's going to be a whole lot more complicated because the movement state machine is also trying to control the animation player. In fact, it might be better if I have a separate script that controls all the animations and we get signals going for what animations need to be played, if that makes sense. That way we can like control things properly, but we will need to make like some kind of state machine for the weapon manager so that we can like correctly control what to do and when. Because at the end of the day, that's all we need to do. We don't need to worry about what animation is playing if we can control the state. So if you're in a reload state, we might still need access to the animation player so that we know how long the reload takes. That makes sense. But ultimately, we just pull that from the animation tree, right? Something like that. We could probably get a callback for the, like if we request a transition to like a reload. But if I'm going to include the animation of the character, then I really need to perfect blending. So this is probably really boring. I'm just like talking through the thing that I need to do. I need to think about like what I need to get right here, because this blending is pretty basic. I should probably look at into project list. I should probably look at the Godot one. It's a really good resource. Realistically, if you want to learn how to do this stuff, because it already exists, there's just no video on it. The audio on this is like crazy loud. I think I can fix that though if I just come to here, outside and reactor, just turn the master like way down, eh? That's really funny. I turned the player model off. That's the one thing I want to see right now. I don't know if you ever used Unreal, but inside of it there is something like a blueprint for creating gameplay systems. Yeah, I've looked at Unreal before. I've never looked at blueprints though. So see how they've got like, we're walking and we're doing that. And like the transition is pretty good. In fact, I would say almost seamless. Like, and then you've got the right. So the way they do it is it's centered except for this. So this is more like what you were talking about, Ozia, where it's centered except when you aim. And you can't actually shoot unless you are aiming. Do you see that? Like if you press it like really quickly, it just shoots straight up. That's funny. So it's a little bit different to what I'm doing, which is more like action orientated. But like this is essentially like the same exact system, except they haven't accounted for clipping like I have. You can clip into things, I'm pretty sure, if you do it properly. There it is. Anyway, not important. The transition is like pretty good. They've got like a strafing, they've got backwards and forwards. It looks great. And when you press diagonal, well, yeah, there still looks pretty weird too. Not perfect, but miles better than mine. Miles better. They don't have any recoil in the shooting, which is pretty good. This looks, you know, when I first started using Godot, the third person shooter looked terrible. But this looks so good. AAA quality. A classic Godot lag spike for the particles. So yeah, how do they do this? Animation player, animation tree. Oh my god, look at this thing. So they are doing it with a blend shape. And they've just got, oh, okay. I didn't know there was like a state. Hello, someone followed. Oh, it's one of those. What does it say? Hang on a second. Casino, sports betting, esports. Oh, get out of here. So funny. One shot ad. Hey, whoa, animation aim. What does this get? We're adding in. Okay, so I need to like study this and like essentially not copy it, but like learn how this works. Can I do better? You know what? I'm probably not that good with animations and artwork. Can I make it simpler so it's easier for people to understand? Probably, which is sort of what I'm best at. Can I just untangle this? Hard land, strafe, walk. So how do they determine if they're in strafing? So they've got strafe here. It's a blend space today. Makes sense. And then you've got a time scale. They go to the state. And so if you're aiming, I'm guessing, like if we look at this guy, right? He's doing his thing. Can't really see it. So as I understand how this will work, is if I push this in a certain direction, he'll put his arm up, right? Doesn't look that good. There must be some other trigger. Probably strafe? Not quite right, but something like that. Let's have a look at the code. I believe it would be in the input synchronizer. So we've got the aim, toggle aim. Process. If input dot is action released aim and aiming, yada yada yada. If current aim plus delta aiming, action pressed. Input event, boring, boring, boring. Rotate camera, get function. Okay, so nothing happening here. So is it in the player then? Oh yeah, they've got like a big if statement here. This is very nice. Makes it easier for me. So they've got an animation, so it takes the animation, which is an int. Current animation, if animation equals animations dot jump up. What's this? It's constant. Jump. Oh, look at this. It's a enum for states, I guess. That's how they're doing their state machine. Okay, I understand. Jump up, strafe, walk. Aim, add amount, get aim rotation. So this is where they're sort of like, this add amount, get aim rotation, aim slash add amount. So if we go back to the animation tree, right, this is this. So this sort of like does something here. Yeah, right. So it moves the arm up and down. I understand. So if it's straight, is it just like a trick? Like if it's in strafe, it's like pointing upwards, and this raises and lowers it. And then obviously when you rotate the camera, it rotates the player. So like it's just, you think you're always aiming with the gun. Interesting trick. This is very fascinating. And I also find it interesting that it goes down no matter what. I mean, it goes up no matter what, which is pretty funny. I think that might just be a bug. Okay. I understand what's happening here. It's just a matter of getting the transitions right. Right? And then they've also got transition requests. So I need to understand how they work, because they seem to be like pretty widely used here. Right? Okay. Okay, I understand. Now the other thing I wanted to do is just take a look at Mass Effect 3, because that's sort of probably going to be what I model most of this after. I would say. Mostly because it's what I have installed. I don't know. Like maybe I should look at something else. I guess I need to work out what the basis is for like the kind of actions that I'm going to be. So you can blend just in code. Yeah, you can blend just in code for sure. You could do all of this in code. You don't have to do any of it visually. It's just way harder. But yeah, most of this is going to be controlled via code. It's just the actual states and the transitions and the actual little nodes that you need to set up, and then you can just like control those little triggers, if that makes sense. Where is Mass Effect, because I want to try and get to a state where it's what's the word? So I can see all the different ways that it moves around. I just have to play through the starting level. Super annoying. My fans are going crazy. You know what? I could probably like resize the window. I guess I can't. I could make it like much more visible in terms of my layout. Give me a second. Stretching. This game takes so long to start up. It's actually crazy. They still have to connect to EA servers. This whole what's it called? The Stop Killing Games initiative or whatever. Like, why do I have to connect to a server to play this game? Graphics. Let's make it 4:3. What's a 4:3 resolution? That kind of works. You refuse to believe that we can't rig armature to model inside of Godot. I mean, you can keep like not believing that, but it's definitely really hard. What does this resolution look like? I think this is the one. It's not bad. All right, let's resume. Oh, I'm missing a little bit. Okay, so you guys miss out on a little bit of the edge, but it is what it is, you know? It's too bad I can't just make it like resizable, right? The settings for this game suck.
Those guys were Cerberus.
There has to be a way. There might be.
Looked like it.
What's Cerberus doing here on Mars?
Good question.
You don't know?
Alright, I just killed these dudes. The control scheme for this game sucks as well. So I won't be copying that, that's for sure.
Terrorist organization infiltrating one of our top research facilities. I think that warrants a bit of suspicion.
Look out!
Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Help me. Oh, well, someone just shot a rocket. Okay. I forget how to play this game. I guess you just shoot. You used to be able to go like full up, like RPG spellcaster, dude. I used to play like the one that can charge in with a shotgun. It was a lot of fun.
Seems likely.
You need a lot more men and
Get
firepower to
slow-mo.
take this place otherwise.
Alright, I'm meant to go inside. What have I got? First aid. I've got different weapons. Military shotgun. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, let's just try to get through this. I press this. Activate?
You bet.
What's the activate button? Space? Spacebar.
I need a straight answer, Shepard.
About what?
Cerberus may be pro-human, but they're no friend of the Alliance. Do you know what they're doing here?
What makes you think I know what they're up to?
I'll be honest.
You work
I
for
don't
them.
like Ashley.
How am I supposed to believe you've cut all ties?
Let me be clear. I didn't work for them. I worked with them. And I don't anymore. And I have no idea why they're here now or what they want. Commander Shepard's been under constant surveillance since coming back to Earth. No way they've communicated since.
Sorry, Shepard. I
played through Mass Effect like maybe 3 times.
You want to hate Cerberus?
I let her die every time. She's just like so annoying.
Are we clear?
Of course. I didn't mean to.
I feel like the volume's gonna get really wacky. Is she the girl boss? No, that's Miranda. Miranda is the girl boss. And this lady here is really cool too. I forget her name. Starts with an A. That's so cold.
Easy there, Lieutenant. She's with us.
Shepard, thank the goddess you're alive.
Liara.
Liara. I got it wrong.
I was worried when the reports came in.
Yeah, like, I've got it set to like cinematic mode, so I don't have to go through any of the conversations.
Ashley, I'm sorry. But why'd you come here?
Hackett ordered us to come. Said you'd know what was going on.
I do.
Hallelujah. Some answers, finally.
Maybe. I've discovered plans for a Prothean device. One that could wipe out the Reapers.
Here on Mars?
In the Prothean archives, yes.
I guess I'll believe it when I see it. Where do we find this weapon?
It's not a weapon, not yet. It's plans for a device. A blueprint.
It's more than we had a minute ago. How do we get it?
The archives are just across that tramway. Assuming Cerberus hasn't locked it down.
What are they after?
Yeah, they seem hell-bent on catching you.
They want what I'm here for. What we're all here for.
But why?
The Protheans came close to defeating the Reapers. They had plans to destroy them, but ran out of time.
And anything powerful enough to destroy the Reapers.
Just might be something Cerberus would be interested in.
So it's a race to the archives.
But the Reapers are already here? I don't know.
We've got company.
Gotta kill more
Bring it on.
dudes.
Not this time, James.
What?
Get back to the shuttle. If Cerberus beats us to the archives, I need you covering the exits.
But
Oh, he gets the kick, does he?
Now, Lieutenant.
We get to ride with Ashley and Liara. Alright.
They're getting closer. We should take cover.
Looks like they found us.
Okay.
You can't hide
Hold
forever.
left shift to display power menu. Okay, so now it's like you can use the powers, but like, what do I get? Adrenaline rush, fastest fighter on the battlefield, and first aid. Okay. Just headshots all around. I'm supposed to use biotic attacks? I don't have
I
any.
can use singularity to draw them out.
Just use it. Why do I have to tell you what to do? I think I've got it set up to do that, right? Like, singularity?
Not a problem for someone with biotics.
Okay.
That's all of them.
Good. Let's find a way up.
And then it says, just go this way.
Sabotage the elevator.
Look for another way up.
Is there even parkour in this game? That's a medkit. Staircase? Yeah, okay. Am I barking up the right for a tree? Like, what the fuck? I don't think so. This game is not like that.
is a secure station. How did Cerberus get in?
Oh, I see what they want me to do.
One minute we were getting reports of the Reaper invasion. The next, there was chaos.
I just want to get through this so I can like actually see what it's like on the
They've
ship.
been working with the Reapers.
Doubtful. But I suppose anything's possible.
Okay, we made it. We made it.
Take cover.
What the heck?
We're still on cleanup duty.
I can kill from cover? Oh yeah. Get wrecked. Oh, I'm such a bad shot. Where's my team? They're just like not there.
We'll need access to the Pedway and control must be nearby.
Interesting. So I'm just like watching the camera to see what it does in the different states. So we got like a dodge roll. Is this a Dark Souls game? Okay, they're already dead. Continue.
Shepard, see if you can gain access to the Pedway.
Gonna have a heart to heart.
I can't seem to unlock the live feeds, but
Hey, did you see that? Who's that woman in the vid?
Is that
that's Dr. Eva Kore. She got here about a week ago.
she's sus?
Any luck?
Pedway's been locked out.
All right. Looks like there's construction nearby. We can get out on the roof. We can find a way around from there.
Great.
You know, for an, like a what is it? It came out in 2011. For like a 13-year-old game, this like looks really good. If you ask me. Maybe it's just the style, like very hard surface and like I mean the animations are kind of subpar, but like
Storm's getting closer. What the hell?
Looks like the Alliance is still putting up a fight.
That tram heads to the archives. Once Cerberus is across, they're at the final security checkpoint.
And that's where...
we're under
Barely.
attack.
Storm's causing interference. I didn't read that. James, repeat.
This airlock shouldn't be open. Doesn't look like it was forced. No, you have to override security protocols.
You were dead.
Someone vented the air from this room while they were still here. Looks like they died trying to claw their way out. This is brutal, even by Cerberus standards.
Oh, I love this shit. This is like the thing that I like most about it's like games where you can just like read letters to other people. Anyway, it's not what we want.
Flashlights.
What's our order? There's an Alliance force in here somewhere. We need to keep them away from the core.
Are we supposed to fight?
Next room. It's dark in there. Want me to shut the windows? No, not unless you want to decompress this room too. I don't see anyone. Come on.
Oh, they weren't prepared for that. Okay. Someone threw a grenade. Oh, I didn't make it through. Just cut him down. I think I'm supposed to go over there.
Understood. We need to pressurize the room first. There we go. We have access to the labs. They'll take us right to the tram station. Hey, looks like there's a recording of what happened here.
Security station. Come in. We're seeing some odd activity down here. Our security protocols just kicked in. Room's locked down.
And now you're dead.
I'll get you a report as soon as...
So she's a Cerberus lady. I'm guessing.
I guess we know how Cerberus got in.
I should have realized it when I met her. I was just so focused on finding a way to stop the Reapers.
You did what needed to be done. Right now, I need you to get us to the archives.
Through the door. We're getting close.
Nice. Let's move.
On it.
Nice. Oh, I'm not interested in that. Let's keep moving. Can we get a singularity? So I can just buy some. Yep. Let's go with. I meant to go like fast mode. I'm gonna take too much damage if I do that. Oh my god. Singular. I can't say the word singularity. Them for the win. Okay, we continue moving forward. Let's get back there. Oh shit, there's heaps of them. Just like sitting ducks, eh? Easy. I'm pretty sure I've got this on like the easiest setting. They should just be like pretty straightforward. Let's move up. Let's push. Let's push. They're still too far away. It's kind of annoying. Get a grenade. Pretty slick play style. I really like it. Except for the controls, I'm not a huge fan of them. They're like kind of quick-timey. Like, there we go. Kind of hard to get that going.
What's that smell?
Oh, sorry, I farted.
Decontamination protocols.
With the staff still inside.
What's that smell? Lol. Shotgun.
This is where they studied the various relics unearthed here.
Would have been fun.
More than I could describe in a short conversation. And they'd only scratched the surface. There are vaults filled with Prothean data troves that have never been studied.
I guess I have to get through here somehow. How do I get through? Is it like a break the window kind of thing? Oh, what? How'd she get over there? What the heck? Oh. I have to press that button. So am I supposed to just stop this when it's like convenient for me to pass through? Yes. That is what I'm supposed to do. Interesting puzzle. Kinda hard when I can't see the entrance very well. And now it won't even let me open the door. I hate this. Oh, wait, it's just not let... What the heck? Okay, it's really wide now, so I should be able to get past. Jeez, what a shitty puzzle.
That's the tram line. Takes us right to the archives. No
Great.
doubt Cerberus has it locked down. Hopefully we can override it at the security station.
Not here? Go
It's
this
just
way.
through here.
Tram center controls. Gigantic minigun. Okay.
No kidding.
Is that the only way in? It's the only way I know of.
We'll skirt around. Stay out of its sights.
I'll move up first.
Ah, well, I mean, you just get in the way. I'll use your body as a shield, to be honest. Hold W and sprint.
Keep moving.
Okay. Pretty cool, actually.
Get me out of here.
I got hit.
Keep your head down.
Oh, now we've got Cerberuses. Oh, we're past it. Okay, that's fine. Oh, just chuck a grenade at him. Alright, mate. Now you know I have the power of plot. Let's keep moving. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Oh, do I have to shut that down, perhaps? Exit. Yes, I do.
Set up a perimeter. No one else comes across.
We still have teams on the other side.
No one. And shut down those cameras.
Looks like they've made it to the archives.
And it looks like they won't be sitting a tram anytime soon.
Can you override it?
The archives are on a separate network.
This is a
We're completely
long
locked out.
intro.
Not completely. What if we could find a short-range transmitter? Helmet to helmet.
And?
And then we convince them that we're with them. And the Alliance forces have been taken care of.
Good idea. See what you can find. What?
The Lieutenant Commander has become very capable.
Don't worry.
Agreed.
Commander, I found something.
I would have left her on that planet. I forget what it's called.
What have you got?
He's got a transmitter in his helmet. If I can... Oh,
Oh, they've been
oh
reapified.
God. He looks like a husk.
Yeah, not quite. But they've definitely done something to him.
They? You mean Cerberus? They did this to their own people? Can you see why I'm worried about you?
Worry about the Reapers. The war. We need to focus if we're gonna stop them.
Yes, sir.
I wonder what
Come
the
on.
default cannon is, because like I
Let's see
didn't
if we can
actually
get them
like
to send
load
that
up
tram
anything.
Hello, this is Delta Team. Anybody there?
Where the hell have you been? Never mind, what's your status?
We're at the tram station, waiting for extraction. All hostiles terminated.
Roger that. Echo team will ride over and secure the station.
Think they bought it?
If they didn't, they'll figure it out soon enough.
We should get in position. Flank them when they get off the tram.
Good thinking, Elsie.
Okay. Q and E. Oh, right.
On it. Okay. Right away.
Where's the, like... Oh, alright. The entry is there, so...
Okay. Right away.
Here they come.
Easy kills. Gotcha. Alrighty. How do we get this thing started?
Storm's getting bad. We better wrap this up quickly.
The archives are right on the other side.
That and a squad of pissed off Cerberus troops.
Correct. Can we walk? I'd say no, we have to fight them from here. Oh, okay. She's used her powers up. Alright. Just ice that.
They put up a good fight. Yes, it confirms my assertions about the value of the data stored here.
So, they do rotate the character. Grenade. Who's down? Oh, okay.
Understood.
That just moved her into the line of fire, like whatever. Oh my god, we're so dead. Hold left shift and... I don't understand the instruction. Whatever. I'm really exposed right now. I made a mistake. Everyone's on cooldown. Oh, he's protected. Oh my god, there's too many of them. How do I switch weapons? I actually don't know. Fuck. That'll do. I'm exposed. They really slow your movement down when you're aiming. I need to consider doing that. Okay. That was a lot of fighting. Can we go through here? Cutscene. That was a fair amount of effort. I really just want to get to the ship. Like...
Ash.
It's a conduit.
Shepard.
Elusive man. Now we know why Cerberus is here.
You don't know the half of it. The Protheans left us these archives, a wealth of information, and it's been squandered.
What do you want?
What I've always wanted.
He wants you to
The
touch
data
it.
in these artifacts holds the key to solving the Reaper threat.
I've seen your solution. Your people are turned into monsters.
Hardly. They're being improved.
Improved?
That's what separates us, Shepard. Where you see a means to destroy, I see a way to control, to dominate and harness the Reaper's power. Imagine how strong humanity would be if we controlled them.
You've gone too far. The Reapers will kill us all if we don't stop fighting each other.
I don't expect you to understand, Shepard, and I'm certainly not looking for your approval.
I needed your help once, just as you needed mine. But like the rest of the relics in this place, your time is over.
Enough talk. Liara.
Don't interfere with my plan, Shepard. I won't warn you again.
Duly noted.
Shepard,
What?
the data, it's not here.
It's gone. He's taken it already.
It's being erased.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Damn it. How's he doing it?
It's local. Someone's uploading the information.
Oh, it's that girl.
Hey, step away from the console.
What is she wearing?
Now.
Oh, it's a one piece. It's just really stupid.
She's got the data. She's faster than she looks.
Stay close. We can't lose her.
Dude, that's rude.
There she is.
Stay on her.
She's getting away.
Nah. I mean, I'll probably not catch her because I'm not really
Watch
good.
out.
Up there.
Gonna tackle her.
James, you read me? Cerberus has the data. Radio the Normandy. Get them down here now.
Oh no, the camera. God damn it.
She's getting away. Damn it. James. Normandy.
I think she's meant to get away, right? You're not meant to. I don't know. Could be wrong.
I got this one.
Is he just gonna suicide into her? That's crazy. Maybe there's a version of this where you can actually stop her from dying. I don't know.
Normandy's en route. They'll be here soon.
We need the data.
She's not dead. Is it going away? Oh, it's Edie. I recognize this lady.
Let her go.
Orders?
Finish her.
Hey, it's just like the end of the game as well. Get wrecked.
Grab that thing. Bring it with us.
Shepard, we got Reaper signatures in orbit. Ashley.
Yeah, if that like metal suit doesn't protect you from getting like slammed into a wall, I don't know. I don't think it's that good. Dude, this is like the longest intro sequence in existence. It's actually crazy.
Ashley needs medical attention. We have to leave the Sol system.
I know.
The Citadel is our best chance. We can find help there.
Get us to the Citadel, Joker.
Roger that.
Hold on, Ash. See what you and Edie can learn from that thing.
Commander, I'm receiving a signal over the secondary QEC. I believe it's Admiral Hackett.
Patch me through.
I'll forward it to the comm room.
The end? Do I get to go to RPG mode now?
Commander.
Edie, can you clear this up?
I'll do my best.
Did you get to the archives?
I was there. So was the elusive man.
I was worried Cerberus might try something. Did you get the data?
Most of it. He downloaded some before I could stop him. Edie and Liara are analyzing what we recovered.
What have you learned? Was it worth the effort?
Preliminary evidence suggests the data is a blueprint for a Prothean device.
Device?
A weapon, massive in size and scope, that's capable of unquantifiable levels of destruction.
And yet somehow we didn't use that and ended
Send
up
me
just
the data.
fusing with the machines.
We'll do our own analysis. If Liara's instincts
Spoilers.
are right, this might be the key to stopping the Reapers.
I hope so. Lieutenant Commander Williams was critically wounded. We're taking her to the Citadel.
Sorry to hear that, Shepard. But we both know this is just the beginning. Talk to the Council, show them what you
What's
found.
the canon
With
ending?
luck, they'll give you all the support we need.
And if they don't?
Do whatever it takes to get them on board. I'll be in touch soon. Hack it out.
Commander. EDI is extracting data from the Cerberus machine. We'll have details to present to the Council by the time we reach the Citadel.
And Lieutenant Commander Williams?
I've done what I can for her. She needs proper medical attention soon. The Admiral's right. It's going to get worse, isn't it?
Unless we stop the Reapers. Yeah.
I've looked at the data. This weapon could be the answer if we can build it. I get the sense you don't quite believe it, though.
I'm a soldier. I should be back on Earth fighting, not wasting my time with this.
If it's going to work, we need you.
Has to be him.
Commander? Isn't it worth trying at least?
I'm going to check on Ashley and James. Make sure we're ready to present our findings to the Council.
I'm sure the Council will see the need to help.
It'll be a hell of a short war if they don't.
Another cutscene. Is it just us in the Citadel? Okay, we just skip straight to that. Such an impractical design. Could you imagine having to like switch wings? You're like, oh, I need to be on the other thingo. You know? The other arm. I just need to like shoot me across the other side. What the heck? Also, like, what's the deal with the canon that like none of the alien races made that? It's just like they found it and they were like, yeah, we just live here now. Like, and they didn't question that.
Where are you taking her?
You know?
Huerta Memorial. Best care in the Citadel.
We're not going with?
We need to see the Council.
Right.
The Council. Okay, so now we're in RPG mode, which is really what...
coming to see you.
Commander Shepard, got word you were arriving.
Captain Bailey, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Though it's Commander now.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Now half my job is dealing with political bullshit and escorting dignitaries around. No offense.
None taken. So, you're here to bring us to the Council?
I'm here to tell you the Council is expecting you, but they are dealing with their own problems with the war and everything. They apologize for the inconvenience and blah, 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 blah. Meet them here at Adina's office. They'll be ready soon enough.
All right.
You might have time to go by the medical center if you want to check on progress over there.
Meeting with the Council is our top priority.
I'll head up to Adina's office now. Meet you there.
One of my men can show you the way. You?
I'm just a tourist today. I'll try not to get in any trouble.
Commander, we've got a situation in the embassy quarters. We could use your help.
I'll be right there. The other half of my job. I'll see you around, Shepard.
This is like 40 minutes.
No doubt.
I think. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a centered camera, right? Dude, the animation's pretty average. And now you don't... So it's a completely different setup for this situation. Right-click doesn't do anything. If I had to suspect that they had, like, two separate, like, thingos for this, because, like, you can't... So it's centered for this. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what we... At the very start of the stream, we were like, yeah, we needed the thing. So that answers my question. Which is fine when you're not trying to shoot things. What's the level of the camera? It's sort of like at shoulder height, I would say. Yeah, I would say about shoulder height. Okay. So that's probably what we want to target. I'm going to save this so I don't have to play through it again. Jesus. What was the playtime? An hour and 10 minutes. Okay, it takes an hour and 10 minutes to get to Citadel. Technically, the intro is not all cinematics. Obviously, you play through a fair bit of it. Okay. Right, so for the... This is the wrong project. Project list? For ours, let's have a look at the camera position and sort of like think about that for a second. If there's anyone even still watching, I actually don't know. I wouldn't blame you if you weren't. Not that many people around. That's okay. So the two things that I noticed is that the camera in combat is much closer. What was the game? Oh, it's Mass Effect 3. So if you haven't played Mass Effect, I highly recommend it. If you like sci-fi story, it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like Star Trek, Star Wars. Not really Star Wars. I guess there is some like elements of that. Basically, I don't know if you ever played Knights of the Old Republic, which is a Star Wars game, but the same people that made Knights of the Old Republic made Mass Effect, and it's very similar in terms of gameplay. It's like story-based RPG with FPS, like not FPS, but third-person shooting mechanics, plus like you can cast spells with biotics and stuff like that. It's really cool. The story is really what drives it, though. Like that is the main thing that you will be like wanting to play that game for, because like gameplay-wise, it's pretty easy. So I guess we want to be at the shoulder height, and I think, like if I had to say anything, the edge, not the edge, but the overhead spring length is probably needs to be like way tighter. Something like this. Because now the spring length is actually further away. FOV 60, spring length go 0.5. But yeah, the transitions are a little bit it's not too bad. We just need to work on the animations and then obviously getting the weapon into the hand of the player and probably some kind of shuffle when we turn the camera. But other than that, like the FPS sort of like, not the FPS, but the other mechanics feel pretty close to what that game is sort of doing. So yeah, we'll roll with that. All right, I'm going to end it there because I have got to go to work tomorrow. But otherwise, I'll see you guys on the weekend. I guess I'll stream on Friday because Saturday I have to go somewhere. So Saturday's out for me, but Friday is good. It's a public holiday, I believe. So I have plenty of time to hang out and do some coding. So we'll be around then. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Like, subscribe, follow if you're on Twitch, I guess. There's like one person watching. It's probably a bot or something. Maybe it's even me. I don't know. I'm not monitoring it, so like whatever. Anyway, shout out to all the patrons, members, and Prime subscribers. Jips, Holly Hazard, Coloured Pants, Rab, Big Green, Nike, Jice, Bricky D, YGG, Skullmonger, Mr. Sparkle, and Oh Yeah Dude. First time seen live. Well, hey, welcome. It's always this time. I sort of try to do it 3 days a week. Normally Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I change it around sometimes. So yeah, if you're around that time, that's when I'm here, chilling out, just trying to work. Right now I'm working on a game, but it's sort of early days, and I'm trying to make another tutorial series. I feel like one of the main reasons people signed up for the Patreon is for access to tutorials. So I should probably make a new one and make it good. So that's what we're working on now. Anyway, guys, what should we go out on? We did it on ONS Hospitals? Yeah, I like this song. Alright. See you guys on Friday.